I think there's only been a few times in my life where it feels like everything's collapsed into the moment, and briefly I've understood who I am and what I'm about. And this is a film about one of them moments, and about making a film about fishing and pike and friends and shit that's far more important than any of that. And Kuba. That's Maciej, my friend and fishing buddy, and that's the night shift he works to pay for his day job, which is chasing big pike. Luckily he lives in Ireland where they make them along with the Guinness, and when he's not fishing or working or doing what fathers and husbands do, he makes fishing lures and films about making fishing lures. You really don't need to guess what he dreams about. That's me in my natural state, always poised and ready for action. My name is Paul and I'm a YouTuber, which sounds a bit like admitting an addiction. I didn't go to film school, I just borrowed a camera and started videoing my hobby until it got out of hand. Like Maciej, I make fishing lures and films about making fishing lures, often from junk. I don't know why, maybe it's seeing the possibility in things. Who knows what broom poles want to be when they grow up. I know Maciej through Facebook. When you make videos about making fishing lures, you have to look a bit further for your friends. That guy out there is Kuba, the guy the film is about. And I didn't really know much about him before making this film. He's a fly fishing journalist, and like Maciej, he's originally from Poland, but has spent much of his adult life living and working in Ireland. That is, until last year, when he moved to Spain's Atlantic coast, and with a friend bought a boat and started a saltwater fly guiding business in the hopes of chasing big tuna. That's the kind of stuff I dream about while I'm sat by a damp hole catching the things that others call bait. So why am I making a film about that guy? Well, I suppose that's the story. February is the month for YouTubers where advert revenues dry up and bank statements go unopened. So this February I applied for a job, a proper job, which I didn't get, and feeling a bit disappointed, I messaged Maciej, and Maciej had an idea. I thought it must be a good one, as it was taking him a while to get back to me, but I made sure the time didn't go to waste.
My good fishing friend Kuba, who is a fly fishing maniac and also
a saltwater maniac, has a problem with his leg. Recently he got a doctor's decision that his leg needed to be cut off just below his knee, and it will all be done in a few weeks.
He has organized the surgery and everything, but we still need to get about 15,000 euro for a new plastic leg.
I thought that we may do some cool video about him for your channel and ask some people for small donations. About a month later, I took a short flight over the Irish Sea to Dublin, and Maciej picked me up at the airport. A couple of hours later, I was on the lakeside filming Kuba. He'd left Spain and, with an uncertain future, given up his guiding business to be back with his family and prepare for the operation. Sticking a camera in someone's face is not always the best way to get to know somebody, but I'm guessing if you put any three guys on the water with some fishing rods and throw in the occasional break for junk food, the odd fish, and a lot of talking complete bollocks, you have the recipe for making lifelong friends. In the breaks between filming and fishing, I got to talk to Kuba a little. He was born with one leg shorter than the other, and as a child underwent numerous operations that were meant to help, but 20 years later they'd come back to haunt him, weakening his leg so it was more of a hindrance than a help, and prone to infections. Oddly, as he spoke, it was almost as if he was talking about somebody else, a disabled person. And the thing was, I didn't get that from the guy I'd met. He was almost a force of nature, a person whose passion for fishing had taken him far beyond the everyday. He told me that occasionally when he was guiding rock fishing trips in Spain, some of his clients had just plain out refused to follow him. This I could understand. We didn't do a proper interview until the final day, and it was hard listening at times, and other moments just moving and awe-inspiring. Near the end I could hear through the headphones what sounded like a child crying or whimpering, and it was me. It wasn't pity, but selfishly in that moment I knew who I was and what I was about, a filmmaker making a film. And the reason that it hit home was because people had faith in me, and not just anybody. My friends, one I knew and one I was getting to know. And maybe that's what friendship is about, seeing the bigger picture in others rather than the limits they place on themselves or that others place on them. I'll never forget this trip, but Kuba still needs a new leg, and I think he can tell you what that'll mean to him a lot better than me.
One of the things that I was taught by my mother when I was really young was that because of being disabled, I have to understand that I can't rely on other people helping me. I have to get everything by myself. Unfortunately, in September, I had to check in with doctors, and after doing a few examinations, they came with very unpleasant diagnosis. And I think that's the first moment in my life when I'm feeling just a bit helpless, that I don't see a way out of this situation by my own. That's a completely new experience. Firstly, when I was given the diagnosis that I will be facing the amputation, I was kind of a bit shocked. Then when I got the first quotations for a new leg, I was double shocked. I was really getting depressed because I knew that I won't be able to afford any good leg, and this operation cannot wait. At this stage I have around 5% of the use of my leg. Even the simple prosthetics will give you around 50%. The problem that I'm facing is just being able to buy a prosthetic. Most of the ones that are on the market, they are not designed to be anything near the water. The ones that you can buy, that you can go into the water, they are not saltwater proof. Saltwater will basically eat through and destroy all of the metal parts that are in the prosthetic. So I managed to find a company in America. They are manufacturing prosthetics from fiberglass. Being able to afford to buy a proper leg will mean the difference between being able to live the way that I dreamed of and being limited. I don't know the word. I've been doing fly fishing for so long time, and it's so important in my life that I'm unable to imagine my life without being able to go fishing. And I was just chatting with my friend Maciej, and he was the first person who suggested, "Man, you are not alone. I think that we should be able to help you somehow. Let's start a funding project. Maybe other people will want to help." The response I have so far, it's really overwhelming. The amount of people who contacted me, who offered their help. What I feel, I'm really grateful to all you guys. I really hope that I'll be able to walk again, climb for the first time in my life, maybe jump even. I really hope to be able to run. I would love to go back to Spain, restart the business, because that's the first time in my life that I felt that I'm in the right place, that I'm doing the right things. For the first time, I felt that I'm following the path.
Kuba's just had his amputation and is in good spirits about his rehabilitation. To make a donation to help him buy a new salt-proof leg, follow the link to his fundraising page, and together we can get him back out there.